We'll push record and we'll get going. All right, first off, let's see here. Abby, I can see you on my screen. How's the view look? My screen's being a little bit funky. Can you see the PowerPoint? Everything look good? Yes, Danae says yes. All right, we will get started. All right, everyone, welcome and thanks for spending the evening with us. This is our Exploring Optavia Coach Call. If you're on this call, you're actually a bunch of different places, and I'll be referencing those in a second, but this is going to be all about what it looks like to take that next step in your health journey or join us in our mission to get America healthy. My name is Brad Miller, and let me turn it over to my slide. This is my wife and I, my wife Ashley. We've been coaching for close to a decade now. When we started this, we were newly married. We got little ones now. This has transformed our lives in many ways. We're certified Optavia coaches, presidential directors, and fully integrated business leaders. But really all that means is that we've helped a lot of people change their health and change their lives. And we're going to share a little bit about that tonight. So when we got started in this, I got started because I watched my family transform their health. All together, they've lost over 2,000 pounds combined. And that's a pretty large number, but we had a pretty big family. So we had a really big family, and now we have a big, healthy family. And our gatherings, our family gatherings look a lot different now. And there's family members here with us today that wouldn't have been here otherwise. So this has been an amazing tool for us. My family not only inspired us, but they showed us how to live a different way of life, a way of living healthy early on in our life that we are really thankful for. And we decided to pay that gift forward. And that's a little bit what we're going to cover tonight, what coaching looks like, what we offer as Optavia, and how that all looks. So who this call is for, like I was talking about earlier here, is it's for all Optavia coaches. So continuing to know our mission, this is part of our community and part of the thing to help people create success. And actually, as I get started here today, whether you're a coach and you're already paying it forward, or you are looking at this today, but you're on your health journey, go ahead and drop in the chat. I'd love to see what has changed for you in your optimal health journey since getting started with Optavia. Go ahead and drop in the chat. You can put it down to one word if you want to put it down to one word, or anything you've been able to accomplish since getting started. Freedom, better health. I like that, Pamela. You've totally changed your health. Better health, Cheryl. Coaching, freedom, energy, no meds, healthy mindset, healthy relationships, balance, life change, total mind transformation. April, yes, total mind transformation. Dawn, more joy. Yes, way more joy than life at the hospital there at OHSU. Norma, retirement. Congratulations, Norma. You just officially announced your retirement from how many years in the medical industry? Trying to watch the chat here. Confidence, sense of purpose, positivity. So there's tons of things that are a benefit of coaching, and we're going to get into that here tonight. But so this call is for Optavia coaches, part of our community, clients that are on their Optavia journey, looking to take their health to the next part of their, or the next level. We have people that are here looking at this maybe as an offering, an opportunity, or health professionals looking for options to bring this to better health to people, and just overall everyone that would like information on what this looks like. And we're going to be covering a little bit about how that all works. But before we get started here tonight, I wanted to share a little bit about the heartbeat of what Optavia is all about. And that heartbeat starts with an amazing physician. I was going to meet someone real quick. There we go. This is Dr. Wayne Scott Anderson. And many of you probably know him. You probably are reading The Habits of Health. And if you're a health coach already, you already know how much his vision is for creating a healthy America. But this is the man that changed my family's life. You know, he's the one that shared this offering with people or with my family, showed them how to get healthy and pay it forward. He's a best-selling author. His career is in medicine, and he actually ran the critical care department at the Cleveland Clinic. And basically what that means is that he was a master of saving people's lives. And that's actually what made him start this. He actually just, like, after bandaging people up and dealing with the worst of the worst medical issues, he said that I want to actually move upstream and I want to help people change their health. I'm getting to them too late. I can't tell them how to change their life at the end of their life at their worst health. I can put a Band-Aid on them, but I can't help them create optimal health. I'm getting them to them too late. And everyone thought he was crazy, but he actually left the Cleveland Clinic and started what is now Optavia. He partnered with a company called Medifast. We're on the New York Stock Exchange. We've been around for over 30 years, close to 40 years, and we are well tested. We are documented. We're actually the #1 recommended weight loss program by Johns Hopkins University. That's who does all of our long-term health studies. And so we have a great partnership in the medical community, but more importantly, this man, and if you know him, and actually you can feel free to say yes in the chat if you've met or talked to this man right here, his heart is for helping people change their lives. This is him at the bottom speaking to us at our national convention, talking to us about creating health and changing the path of our life towards optimal health. So I didn't want to get started without sharing where the heartbeats of where our company comes from and what we love to help people with. As we get started here today, a lot of people ask themselves, like, who are Optavia health coaches? What does this look like? Is this for me? Can I do this? I'm way different than my health coach. Or maybe I'm different than other people here. Or maybe, how can I help other people with their health? Like, this doesn't seem like a fit or something I could do. And I know that because I thought that myself when I got started. I was like, I'm nothing like my parents or my aunts and uncles or grandparents. How am I going to help people change their lives? And so really looking at this was part of the design from the very beginning. Dr. Ray actually went to Medifast and said, you have a fantastic weight loss program. It's nutritionally balanced, well-studied, and your documentation is above par. But what you're not great at is you're not great at helping people create optimal health long-term. And so he had this crazy idea, and for some reason, Brad McDonald, the owner and the founder of Medifast, or not founder, but basically the president of Medifast said, you know what? We are heavily focused on the physician model. You're a physician. Let's see if this health coaching model is something that will work for you. I don't think it'll work, but let's give it a go. So his whole vision was to allow people to change their health through people, everyday people, setting an example and saying to someone else, hey, come along with me. You can do this too. So you can do this part-time, full-time, even though full-time hours are really kind of part-time hours. We have health professionals, fitness professionals, some of those you'll hear from tonight. We have everyday people just like myself, getting started, paying it forward. We have all ages and backgrounds. And basically what it really breaks down to is if you're someone that's looking and has a heart to serve, wants to see other people win and move your life to a higher meaning and purpose, that's what Optavia coaching looks like. And it can look like for different fits for different people here today. And that's why we're gonna give some examples. Most of this call is gonna be some examples of how people worked coaching in, how they found it, how they decided to say yes. And that's what we're gonna go over tonight. But as I get started, I wanna go over some of the basics of what health coaching with Optavia looks like, and just setting some of those basics. This might even just be a reiteration for yourself of what you're focusing on in your optimal health journey. But the main thing that we focus on is we're not a diet company. We're not just about weight loss. We do it extremely well, but that's only one of our components and one of our focuses. Our main focus is helping people have lifelong transformations, one healthy habit at a time. And that's why we actually have health coaches, because we want people out there setting an example, showing people what's possible. I mean, if you think to yourself for a second here, think about the person that inspired you or someone that you know that has changed their health with Optavia. It made you think to yourself, is health possible for me? Can I do this? Some of you may be thinking that when you got started, that you couldn't even do this. And that's what we love to offer people. And we love to focus on the fact that it's just one step at a time, not just focused on, are you losing weight or not? Are you perfect on your diet or not? Are you losing weight or not? It's really, are you moving forward in all areas of your health, which I'm going to cover here in a second. The main focus of what we call our trilogy of optimal health is over here on the left-hand side. We focus in 3 main areas, and that's healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy finances. And I'd actually like to take a second here to kind of pause and browse the chat. If we all have had big transformation in all of these areas, but I'd love to hear from people that are on their journey, whether you're a coach or just on your health journey. What's been your biggest breakthrough in these 3 areas for yourself? I'm gonna try to check that as people are typing in here pretty quick. I'm on a little bit of a delay, so it takes a second to catch up. Mind. Julie, mind. So you see, it's funny. Most people find that, they start this for weight loss, and it's the mind that changes the most. I don't think there has been anyone else besides mind right now. Mind. April says mind, healthy finances. Mind from Barb. Oh, I love that. So it's really what happens to you along the journey that's great. And part of that is what happens with coaching as well. We do this through 4 components that I'm going to show you here in a second. We focus on having a coach, a habits of health system, the community, which is part of our community right here, and fueling and nutrition plans that make it simple to optimize your health. And one thing I want to cover here tonight, I'm going to change my speaker view real quick, is I want to bring up what it is that we focus on. Kind of like I was telling you, Dr. Ray's mission, from the very beginning, we wanted to focus on the opportunity to help people with their healthy body, their healthy mind, and their healthy finances. And I want to take a second to kind of break this down because one, they're all interconnected and one tends to really affect the other. Some people, they might have healthy finances, but their body and mind aren't really there. Maybe you work a stressful job or your body, your actual physical body is suffering because of your commitment to healthy finances. Maybe body is healthy, but maybe it's the finances that are a struggle in your life that leads to the unhealthy mind. Maybe it's the mind that leads to the habit and following healthy finances. I mean, can I get a 1 in the chat if you guys have noticed this throughout your journey or agree with what I'm saying here? I'm gonna bring back up the chat real quick. 1. That's what we find. Yep, lots and lots of 1s in there. Yes. Oh man, Jen, I just saw your 1 in there. I think all of these areas for you have dramatically improved. And that's what we found. And that's what Dr. Ray knew from the years of studying internal medicine and what he's helped people with, is that they're not separated. They're all connected. So whatever you're here tonight, you might be saying to yourself, okay, I've got the healthy body, or I'm working on it. I want to reinforce that. Maybe it got off track because of my healthy finances, or maybe I have that under control, but my healthy finances aren't under control. Maybe it's my mind. Maybe it's my mind that's helping me, or that's not helping you, but is a deterrent in your body being healthy. Or maybe what's leading you to your unhealthy finances. Maybe it's part of a community that's not leading you to be around people that are uplifting you. I mean, I know that was huge for me. I'll be honest, I didn't plan on going here tonight, but I had to let go of some unhealthy relationships when I started coaching. And that's what coaching, honestly, at the very first end, helped me look at. I started seeing quality people in my life that wanted more and realized that I wasn't surrounded by those kinds of people. And I wanted to make a change the more and more I progressed in my life and my optimal health. So wherever you're at tonight, I want you to kind of key in on some of those things that you'd like to improve on, or that maybe you have under control, but you'd want to give to other people that you see out there. Because the more we slow down and focus on other people, the more we see the misses that we want to help people thrive in all of these areas. So, and a little bit more as we get started here, just as if you're here looking for coaching, or if you're a new coach and getting started, these 4 components are what create success for people. And the cool thing is you're only 25% of it. So I know when I got started, I was very much like, okay, I'm 20 something years old. Can I really help people with health? And really, I'm only a part of the equation. And so it's our job to bring these components to people and help support them in moving forward. So that's the habit, or that's having a health coach, the habits of health system, encouraging people to educate themselves. And actually, no one really mentioned habits of health as their main go-to for their biggest breakthrough. But I'd say, honestly, for me, that was my biggest understanding and aha moment. When I read what Dr. A was covering with optimal health, and I was having wins and momentum in my own health, that's when things really changed. Can I get a 2 in the chat if habits of health was a massive breakthrough component for yourself? Danae, 2. I need to be all over that. Don and Brian, yes. Okay, there's a few people in there. I knew there was some health habits of health people. Then the community is huge. That's a big one, being around people that want to move forward, seeing wins, learning from their example. And then, of course, the nutrition and fuelings that we offer. They're world-class, but they're only what makes up part of our offering. I'm going to go over this real quick just so you guys can see. I'm not going to read all of these, but one of the best things that we offer and the coolest things about health coaching, and I'm honestly perplexed by this, is we have the best fuelings on the market. I actually went to the store the other day with my son, and I was looking around for comparable options. Anything that was even in the arena was actually more expensive than what our fuelings are, which is crazy because they also didn't include balanced nutrition, probiotics, and they definitely weren't part of a sustainable program to help others create health. We focus on being all natural. We focus on sustainability. And I think one of the biggest things we love helping people with is, and you might have a thought on this as you're on here tonight, but who here has hired a personal trainer or put out gobs of money to try to get healthy. I'm not going to mention the procedure, the fat melting procedure. Okay, I guess I'm mentioning it right now. But I think that was around the realm of $2,000. People are looking for this, but we want to give this to people in the way that they can sustain health through no more than what they're already spending on food. And in most cases, less than what they're spending on food. And actually, here's another cool thing. I'm asking the chat more than I thought I would tonight. But can you drop me a 1 back in the chat if this has been cost neutral for you to be on plan achieving your health, or less than what you were currently spending on food? Yes, that's what I like to see. So we have different plans that we like to support people on. You just have to be the guide to help them match those plans. We have 5 and 1, 3 and 3, 4 and 2. These are for all levels of health, and we have guides that allow people to learn and take on their own journey. We're all natural products. Many of them are certified gluten-free. We have heart health, vitamins and minerals. We're high in protein, non-GMO. We have tons of things that are benefits of our fuelings that aren't really out there on the market. Not to mention the fact that does your grocery or your healthy grocer remind you to have your fuelings shipped to your house each month? Because mine doesn't. I have to go get them. And that's usually where I get the hang up is I start shopping in those middle aisles. And that's what got me in trouble with my health in the first place. So these are just some of the benefits that we focus on, not to mention gut health and probiotics. Was anyone here ever taking a vitamin for a multivitamin or a probiotic? Like, those things are expensive and they are in our food. We are giving ourselves health through the fuelings that we offer. So these are just some of the benefits of what we offer just on the component of healthy fuelings, which is exciting. But anyways, I could go on all night, but I wanted to bring this back to basically what matters most. And that's sharing some real stories of people that became coaches and how it was a fit for them. For me, to be honest with you, I watched my whole family change their health. Pretty much all of them became coaches. My dad white-knuckled his health my entire childhood. And when he first got a hold of this, he was excited to give it to other people, and namely my family, given the fact they need to lose 2,000 pounds. When I got started, I actually needed to go hear other people's stories besides our family. Does everyone here listen to their parents, by the way? Like, does anyone? Like, you all take your parents' advice? I know I did, especially being a young 20-year-old. It was other people's stories that made the real impact for me. So I'm going to bring on a few of them here to share how they came to Optavia, how they decided to pay it forward, and what that's been a fit for in their life. So the first person I want to bring on is someone who's become like a brother to me. And that's actually a big compliment because, Tim, you're not to out you, but man, you're approaching 60, but you don't even look like it, man. You're like out there like on Baywatch on the beach. So I wanted you to come on here and share your story, especially particularly awesome since you came in looking at us from the outside. You were part of a filming crew creating some videos for us, and you kind of followed us around for a couple weeks looking at what Optavia was all about. So tell us a little bit about how you came to coaching and a little bit about your health journey and what's impacted in your life.
I'd love to. Thanks, Brad. Thanks. I love sharing what Optavia has done for my life, my family, and a lot of other people too that we've been blessed to help. But as you can see, I kind of struggled a little bit with my health, not necessarily with my weight. That was just kind of a outward manifestation, but with my health as well. And yes, I was actually, we had a video production company. I was hired almost 6 years ago now to come out and hang out with some really awesome people and hear a bunch of great stories, kind of like what we're hearing tonight. After just the first day of hearing some stories, I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is different. I've tried everything I could get my hands on. For 15 years, I struggled with my weight, with my health. And I tried everything I possibly could. For the first time, it's like, oh, this really kind of gave me some hope. I got in the program. I started when I was out there, or I signed up when I was out there. When I got home, I jumped right on. I was so excited for that. And I lost 55 pounds in less than 3 months. And it just like changed everything for me. But a lot of other things changed as well. Just better energy, go for 4 years. That went away in that first month, and everything really kind of started changing for me. I just started feeling better energy, and obviously looking a little different myself. And people just started kind of noticing and wanting to know what I was doing, you know. And so I was already pretty stressed with running our company, and I wasn't looking for anything else. But I decided to help a few people, and it really got into my heart, into my DNA. Like the more people I helped, the more I absolutely just fell in love with helping people. It was just addicting. It was just so much fun to see other people's lives change. So I just wanted to do more. And then the more I did, we were actually compensated pretty well for doing this. And I was actually able to buy back some of my time. I started taking less jobs and helping more people, so that was a lot of fun for me. And it dawned on me that if I really applied myself, I bet I could buy my wife out of corporate America, because she had a really stressful job and she was gone a lot. And so went to work for that. And that was quite amazing to shift everything, to change how we did life. We came down here, down to Naples, Florida, 4 years ago for the winter. And because we have this freedom, this time and financial freedom that Optavia has given us, just because we're helping so many people, we decided to stay, and we've been down here ever since. We travel a lot. Our kids are all over the country. We love to move about the country and see them and see our friends. So that's kind of that was always kind of a big deal for us to be able to travel. And so now we actually created a life that we don't need a vacation from. So that's pretty much it.
That's incredible, Tim. I've loved watching your and Kelly's journey, and it's been cool. Like, I'd love to be able to travel and just say, no, I'm not going back to Cold Chicago. I'm going to stay in the beaches and go around wherever I want. So I love that. And I love that you just got started just to help a few people and what it transformed, because that's the way that coaching starts. You just focus on helping people, and that's the way it rolls. That's the heartbeat of what we do. So thank you for sharing. So we're going to go all the way from Florida, all the way across the United States, back over here to the Northwest. I'm going to bring on my good friend, Candy Midsall. Candy, come on and share a little about how you got started with coaching, because it's been a fun ride for you, and you have some experience in the fitness industry that you'd like to share with us tonight.
Hey guys, thanks Brad for asking me to share. And Tim, fabulous job. It's been amazing watching your journey, and I met you when you were here filming, so it's exciting to see that. So yeah, Brad, so you were kind of bringing up the whole trainer who's hired, has it worked for them in the past, type of thing. And that's where I come from. So, 20 plus years in that industry, and, loving on people, trying to partner with them and changing lives. But honestly, it has been the last 8 years where we have truly been able to change lives and really make a dent in the fitness industry. And so I'm super excited to share just a little bit of my passion, with Optavia, behind that, what it has brought to me and my family. But taking you back 8 years ago, real quick, before Optavia started, is we were actually in the process of partnering with people to open up our own gym. And my kids were at the time 6 and 9, and I was not working because I was taking care of them, which I was, happy to be home. But as they went back to school full time, I felt this need that I wanted to get out and, make a difference in the world. But I had no interest actually in going back into personal training because I was really burnt out. And I was really burnt out because a lot of what I did, I was just listening to people's problems all the time. They would come in, we'd push them through a workout, but really what their gripe was we didn't talk about their weight, we didn't talk about their diet. It was talking about their bad day at work, their bad relationships, and it was like I was just this psychologist type of person, which, I wasn't. So I actually went back to work part-time at Starbucks. 2 reasons. I love coffee, and we actually needed health insurance because we were opening up a fitness facility. So I worked enough hours to pay for health insurance. It brought very little extra income in on top of that, but we had great health care, so thanks Starbucks for that. But it didn't take me very long to get really burnt out because I was doing the morning shift. So I was up super early. I was home so that I could be home with the kids when they get off the bus at school, from school. So that was all great, but I was really getting burnt out. So when Optavia was introduced to me, I looked at it for 2 reasons. Number one, it would maybe bring me some time freedom so I could drop Starbucks. And could I help enough people to replace the income I was bringing in, but really just to afford health insurance and be with my kids a little bit more, spend time with them. But also help people, because that's really where my heart was, being a personal trainer. That's why I went into it. But I just felt like I wasn't really making a dent. And like I said, I got burnt out. So fast forward, I said yes to Optavia. I was coaching for maybe 6 months, and I was able to leave Starbucks. Well, then I fell in love with what it was doing for people. So I actually started back in teaching fitness classes. So I fell in love with that again because we were actually able to provide people with an amazing program to help them see success. And so we fell in love with the habits of health component. We fell in love with the community. Brad, you touched on how amazing our feelings are and the science, behind it. Like if you know anything about the fitness industry or the nutrition side of it, you're always trying to find that perfect meal or that perfect bar or whatever that's going to make a difference in the lives of others. And, really, truly, we have found that. But what we didn't have prior to Optavia was we didn't have the habits of health to teach people, and we didn't have the huge community. And as a trainer, you saw them 1 hour, maybe a couple times a week. So it was very little that they were getting out of the outside. And what most people wanted is they wanted work on their healthy mind. That's what they needed. And I love that so many people dropped it in the chat that that's what was changing for them is the healthy mindset. And so that was, just pretty cool that we people shared that. So that being said, so 8 years into it, we have helped more people transform their life. Yes, healthy weight-wise, their physique, their body composition, but we have moved them forward into really owning their healthy habits, owning their positive lifestyle changes. And we have brought on coaches and developed them. And when you can help people get wins, not only in their healthy body, but their mind and their finances, like that's amazing. There's so many trainers out there that can't do that, but that's really what people want and that's what people need. So bringing that all together with what Optavia has to offer, we have been blessed to pour into people. We have been blessed to help change their lives. On a personal side, what it's done for me, it has allowed me the time freedom to spend with our kids. We have a 17-year-old that will be graduating this year. And for the past 5 years, I have been able to travel with her club volleyball team. I don't have to say no, but I can take my work with me. I can support my clients. I can support my top coaches. I can make a difference while supporting my daughter doing what she loves. And one of the best things that people ask me all the time, and I love this, and it's not necessarily really has to do about the program or anything like that, but they notice the relationship that I have with my kids. And they say, how do you do that? And it's not easy parenting at any stage of kids, but when it gets to your teens, it's like, it's crazy. But being in this community has taught me how to communicate at a different level with my kids, with my spouse, building those strong relationships. And so that is what Optavia, really has done, for me personally, is being able to be grounded in that. Because, in life, it is really helping people get ahead. And by helping people get ahead, you get ahead. By taking care of yourself, you're going to better be able to take care of others that mean most to you. So, creating awesome relationships, having a fantastic program that we can simply really partner with people and change lives. It's pretty darn cool.
I love that, Candy. And that's really what this is all about, is revolving life around matters most. That is optimal health. Thank you for sharing everything you shared tonight and how you were able to help other people, especially from the fitness industry side. Love it. All right, we're going to go to our last story here tonight. And I'm just watching the chat just blow up with the examples that people are loving. But I'm going to turn it over to Danae, who's going to share a little bit about her story and actually maybe talk first about this person here on the screen and who this person might be in your life.
Sure. So this wonderful person on the screen is actually my mom. And so years ago, she came to me in a wheelchair, just like you see in that top picture. My gosh, I didn't think I'd get emotional. And I was pregnant with our first baby. My husband and I are pastors, and at that time we were in San Diego, and she wanted to be an active grandma. And I said, "Are you kidding me? You're in a wheelchair. You can't babysit her when she's born." And it was one of the hardest conversations that I've ever had to have. It was one of those truth-telling moments of, man, I love you so much. We're going to have a heart conversation. And so my husband and I had partnered with a health coach. And so I presented this opportunity to her. And being the nurse practitioner that she is, she set out to prove it wrong, and likes to poke holes in things. And so in 7.5 months, she proved it right, and she lost over 100 pounds, and she's kept it off. And her dream and her why was to roll around on the ground with my kids someday, and to be able to not be scared, to not be able to get off the floor. And so today, that's what she is. And the reason she's not able to be with us right now is because she's living a dream. She used to not be able to get out of the house, and now as a health coach, she travels all over, watching people change their lives and truly walking hand in hand with them. And she has her life back, not only as a coach, but I didn't have a relationship with her. She doesn't remember our wedding. And she would tell you that she never thought she'd be able to be the grandma that she is today. And so Optavia, and her saying yes to Optavia, has radically changed my whole family. So I got to kind of, coach my mom from a distance, as an unofficial coach. And I said no to health coaching for 4 years. I'm a pastor's wife. And so my husband and I have been in full-time ministry for, 16 years for my husband and 11 for me. And it's just been amazing. So I was busy with that. Oh gosh, I'm busy. I'm a mom of 3 now. That's your thing. People come to me and share their heart and their dreams and their hopes for a future. And so I would happily send them to my mom to be coached. And then finally, about a year ago, in December, my husband and I really felt like God was calling us to something different. And so we picked up our lives and moved from San Diego, California, to beautiful Meridian, Idaho. And in that transition, it wasn't available for me to be working at the church, which is what I had done. And I felt like God was calling me to do something different. And so I'll never forget that conversation that I had with Brad and Denise, just exploring what health coaching would look like. And I'll never forget sitting on that call thinking, oh my gosh, this is not me. I don't know. And I'm just really doubting myself. And I'm so thankful that I took this step, because I had one friend who sat across a picnic table from me, bawling, just wanting someone to walk alongside her for that healthy mind, like Candy was talking about, for those healthy finances, for something different in her life. And so I said, fine, I'll coach you. And it's been amazing to watch when we said yes for my family to health coaching, how God has really used that as a ministry for my husband and I. We truly believe that who we partner with and who God brings to us, it's intentional. These are people that it's not just about a number on a scale. It's about the fact that I get to journey through life with them in such an intentional way. For example, today on one of my client check-in calls, I finally got to talk with one of my clients who she's just been really busy lately. She's been in Japan visiting her family, and then has a lot of other people that she's been taking care of. And so she's just filling me in on what is going on in her life. And she's had a lot of heavy stuff happen in the last few weeks. And so she stopped and she goes, oh my gosh, that's not why you called me. I know that's not why you called me. And I said, no, you know what? That's exactly why I called you. That's why we're here for. And so in that moment, I got to just be there for her. And again, it's more than a number on a scale. It's really walking alongside people in an intentional, really deep way as health coaches, to watch that ripple effect in their life, that when we do have that healthy mind come to finally fruition, then that massive change throughout their personal lives and throughout everyone that they come in contact with. And not only the emotional side of health coaching, but also for us as a family, we had a trauma happen. Our son was attacked by a dog in May, and I had no idea how much I would need to be home and be present. And when we were looking at moving to Idaho, when I was making the decision between becoming a health coach, I'm also a certified child life specialist. So I pursued possibly going back into the hospital, which would mean I would be gone 40 hours a week back to back. And I just felt unsettled about it and felt like I wasn't supposed to go back into that profession. And I am so thankful I said yes to health coaching, because today I got to health coach right here from my bedroom. And my kids played Legos on the floor and colored right next to me. And that's what this is about. It's about being present for my clients. It's about being present for my family and being first and foremost the wife and the mom, and just living alongside people in such a deep, intentional way, and how it's really brought healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances all into an amazing just cyclical thing in my life that has held me more accountable in my own personal journey, and has been able to watch that ripple effect into my kids and the way that they eat and the way that they live their health out, even in front of other people. They know what I do as a health coach, and we really truly do it together as a family. So yeah, that's it.
That's it. I'd say that's more than just it. That's powerful today. I'm so glad you shared that, and your mom's story. So great example, and thank you for sharing tonight. So as we wrap up here today, I just want to go over a few details. Most of this will need to happen with a conversation with the person that invited you. They're going to find out the matches, answer some of those questions. Today, I remember that conversation when you were thinking about coaching and if it was a match for you. But just some details of like what it looks like to get started. You just purchase your coaching kit. It's $199, and that's all it costs to buy your health coaching kit. There aren't any monthly fees or anything like that. There is a $99 renewal each year, and each year I find that people find it worth it to invest that $99 back in their business. Launching coaching and helping your first 5 to 8 people is right where we get started. We'll help you hands-on with your support team. I'd say realistically, 4 to 6 hours a week, just in the pockets of your time, is all it takes to work coaching. Like today, you got started, you were kind of reevaluating like when it was or what it was like for you to get coaching. Like if you drop in the chat, like what was it like for you as you got started? Did it take more than 4 to 6 hours of pocket time as you were getting started? Go ahead and you can answer that in the chat. But you'll also, when you get started, you'll want to connect with your support team. You'll do a meet and greet is what we call it. So you can learn the first few steps. You're not going to do this by yourself. It looks like sharing your story on social media and connecting with the people that have been asking you. We have authentic ways of helping you be out in front of other people and find the people that are looking for this. We'll help you learn how to explore a program with other people and the basics of how to coach them. We do trainings periodically once a week to help you learn how to coach. So not a lot of time on that, but the ones that invest in that do well and they continue to grow. And basically from there, continuing to work with your support team after your first 5 to 8 clients, after you got it down, like it's just how much you want to do one step at a time. Some of the benefits, I'm just gonna go through these real quick. There's no overhead. So you're not stuck in any problems. I'm just gonna call it out. My mom spent 17 years in Mary Kay. I grew up. I learned to drive in a pink Cadillac. I saw the product on the walls. At one point, there was a whole other apartment that was needed. I'm not knocking Mary Kay. I'm just saying that I know the pain of stocking food. We don't do that. So we just focus on coaching people and helping them figure out their nutrition plans. You earn while you learn. It takes very little time. You get to help those around you. More accountability is huge. Obviously, you're 5 times more likely to reach and maintain a healthy weight. That's the studies that they've done as far as Optavia coaches. You get to do well by doing good. I think the incredible like-minded community is a key thing that you get to be around. But, man, I'm not going to get into all tonight, but self-employment benefits, it's huge. This is our Optavia annual income disclosure statement. It's a little hard to read, so I kind of broke it down in some examples of what we see, and it's actually on the lower end of what I see that's possible. So, like, what it looks like and what's possible income-wise. I'd say in your first month, your first full month, if you focus on helping 5 to 8 clients, that's going to look like $400 to $800. Your second month, if you dive in and just keep doing the steps that we've talked about, 8 to 11 clients, maybe your first people deciding to pay for it's very realistic. So I got to move my screen here so I can see it. But actually, as I'm going through here, if you've helped more than 5 people get started on their journey as a health coach, would you drop me a 5 in the chat just so I can kind of get a grasp on how many people, how easy it is to do that? Then your second month, our 8 to 11 clients, your first coach is about $500 to $1,500 possible. Third month, 13, 17 clients, depending on how you take the examples. Maybe your first coach is getting started $15,000 to $3,000. Danae, you're on my screen right now. So I remember you just saying, man, if I could just help a few people and make $500, that would be so amazing. And I was like, yeah, we'll do that pretty simply. I think we're into like, 7 times vicinity of that amount right now, average? Yeah, less than a year, not bad. Third month, we really focus on helping make a rank called executive director. It's like the pro status of coaching. It's like 13 to 17-ish clients. Maybe your first coach is getting started. Your income level there is going to be somewhere in the vicinity of $1,500 to $3,000. I'd say if you move in and you do the steps 6 months in, 20 to 30 clients, a growing team, again, part-time work. A lot of our coaches that do this are employed and they do this. They're either full-time moms, which is more than a full-time job, or full-time parent, or they have another job. 2,500 to 5,000 is pretty good shots. And we have people that make more than this in this timeline that I'm talking about. And in your first year, 25 to 35 clients, growing team, anywhere from 3,000 to 8,000 frontline or income right there. This is all monthly, by the way. And I'd say 2 to 4 years focusing on leadership ranks that we talk about. And that's just all about paying health forward. Integrated national to global director, $5,000 to $15,000 a month. And again, I'm not trying to be boastful of what's possible here. I'm trying to cast the vision. These are all real incomes and real timelines of people that I've seen in our organization. So all of it's possible, but it depends on your effort and what you want to achieve by it. So as we wrap up here today, I was going to go over a few examples, but I love real documentation, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. Like, here's just an example of someone who started coaching last year. They got started in the month of December. By the end of the year, they were making between $3,500 and $4,500. Good coach, like great status that we're able to help a lot of people. Here's another example of someone that started the year around like the manager mark. So they were helping like probably about 7 to 8 people. By the end of the year, they were making, this is a part-time income. This person's actually a CFO of a company, believe it or not. And they make an extra $2,500 to $4,000 a month. And I'm not going to go over the last ones here because I want to basically wrap up here tonight. Because I think you guys have felt the heartbeat, maybe seen the match of what's right for you. And as I'm looking at Danae on the screen with her little guy, revolving life around matters most, I think we've laid out like what's possible with coaching. And we'd love for you to join our mission and find the match for you. So connect back with the person that invited you and explore what the match is and take those next few steps. If this is not the right time, and I'll just put this little disclosure, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but a lot of people will say, oh, I want to wait till my weight loss is done and prove that I can do it before I become coaching. My strong urge to you would be don't wait till the end of it. People want to do this with you, and you're never more of a greater coach than when you're going along your journey and people can see your progress. But either way, if today's the right time, jump in with us. If not, refer people. They're looking for this match in their life. And we'll give you a $25 referral credit for everyone you send the way that you inspire with your journey. Last thing on here, for those that decide to get started, the first thing that we're going to do is going to help you learn to get started hands-on with your support team. And we're going to have a training this next Saturday to help you get started. So that'll be this Saturday, 7 a.m. on the West Coast, 10 a.m. on the East Coast. Come join us. We'll show you exactly the simple things to do to get started and inspire others. And the last thing I would layer with you right here as we get done here today is we're so enthralled with this being one of our best months of coaching that if this is the right time for you, my wife and I are actually personally offering a scholarship towards getting started. So we want to see the most health coaches join our mission this month. So talk with your health coach. $20 or anywhere between $50 to $100 towards your coaching kit is something that we're offering this month through this week if this is the right time for you. So connect back with the person that invited you, and we look forward to you joining our community and creating your own story like others shared tonight. So with that being said, have a great evening, everyone, and thanks for tuning in and looking what's possible and dreaming a little bit bigger. Talk to you all later. Bye.